This week on Eagan AM,
Dancing in caves.
keeping art cool.
And the Wildcats Brawl the Sports.
Live from Studio 1A, this is Eagan AM.
Good morning, I'm Jonathan David.
And I'm Sam Bly.
A reminder for anyone interested in going to Sadie's, the pre-sale has ended and yes, there will be a dance. And you can still buy tickets at the door on the night of the dance.
Tickets are $14 for one ticket and $25 for two tickets.
The dance is Saturday, February 11th.
For all freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, the counselors are available to answer any questions you may have about signing up for classes next year.
They will be located in the lunchroom all of this week. A reminder to all those in a relationship, Valentine's Day is just over 2 weeks away.
Remember that it doesn't always cost a lot of money to give a meaningful gift.
Often, some of the best and most thoughtful gifts cost little to nothing.
The debate team's regular season is over, and they went out with a big bang.
At the national qualifying tournament in Lincoln Douglas debate, senior Ben Ponko qualified.
In public forum debate, Riley Smith and Raj Pirouet qualified, with seniors Scott Franklin and Ayush Patel being alternates.
And finally, in policy debate, senior Linnea Stanton and juniors Lizzie Sable, Greg Quick, and Eagan AM's own Aaron Lutz all qualified for nationals. Nationals will be held in Birmingham, Alabama in June.
The speech team had their first tournament this weekend.
Eagan placed second overall, with Emily Albert Stauning and Eagan AM's own Mackenzie Thielen both placing first in their categories.
And Jonathan, you placed first too. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sam. Our next competition will be tomorrow with a 2-day tournament in Marshall, Minnesota.
Gloomy Minnesota winters can get everyone down in the dumps. But luckily, there's a way to stay upbeat and lively.
We sent Mackenzie for more information on a local music sensation.
Looking for a way to escape the modern world? Well, St. Paul has its very own time machine, the Wabasha Street Caves. In the 1920s, St. Paul was a hot place for gangsters. Wabasha Street Caves are infamous for these gangsters, who were found dead by a waitress and whose bodies had miraculously disappeared by the time the police arrived. Haunting history aside, one of the cave's most popular features is the Thursday night swing night.
The first time I came here was actually like 4 or 5 years ago, but I don't come super often. I just come when I can, so like a couple times a year.
Swing dancing is a style of dance made famous in the 1920s and 30s.
The thing I like about swing dancing is that it's just, I don't know, it's just a fun night out. Like it's an easy place to go to have a fun night with your friends.
The night also features a live jazz band to help you get the swing in your step. And even though the music and dancing might seem a bit outdated, the night is widely popular among teens and young adults.
You know, I think what brings the crowd out, the younger crowd out, is the fact that the dancing is high energy dancing. It's fairly easy to learn how to swing dance or to Lindy dance, and the Lindy dance is the much more kind of high energy aerial dancing. And once you get into it, it's really exciting to be able to do that. I think it really just creates a great energy for dancing.
I would definitely recommend it because swing dancing is super easy to pick up.
Free swing dancing lessons are held at 6 p.m. with the jazz band playing from 7 to 10 p.m. The cost of admission is only $8. So, if you're looking for a jazzy night, swing on by to the Wabasha Street Caves. Signing off from Eagan AM, I'm Mackenzie Thielen.
Thanks, Mackenzie.
You know, word has it that Mr. Miska has even filled in for the band once or twice. For seniors interested in ordering a panoramic class photo, today is the last day to turn in your order forms.
Be sure to bring them to the attendance office if you haven't already.
The Matchmaker survey that many of us have partaken in every year is changing their process, and it's so easy.
For all freshmen who are new to this fun event, Matchmaker has you answer some questions for free. It just takes a couple minutes.
And come February 8th, you can pay $1 to find out who your match is. Why wouldn't you? Use Snapchat or a QR reader. We'll leave the code up right now for a couple of minutes.
The forum can also be found online at the EHS homepage.
Recently, one Superpause decided to introduce a new competition to EHS.
The idea is to create a Super Paws Olympics, where each Super Paws can compete against each other for fun and games.
So we're doing the Paws Olympics this year between our four pauses, which is Benson, Miska, Cox, and Schaefer. We decided to do this because it's something fun to do for our senior year, to get our pauses into a little competition and have a little fun with it.
Some of the events are pool noodle javelin and bottle flip. We're just doing it between our four pauses first, and hopefully other pauses like the idea and start doing it later on.
Good luck, teams. We've had marginally warmer weather this week, but one teacher is actually hoping that it won't have an effect on his work.
Tom sat down with Dakota Hills Middle School science teacher, Mr. Zupfer, to learn about his artistic winter pastime.
Since 1886, the St. Paul Winter Carnival has brought together communities from across Minnesota through its various events ranging from parades, winter runs, to robotic snowplow competitions. But one of the more noteworthy events each year is ice sculpting. Made entirely by hand, these works of art take tremendous skill to create. Dakota Hills' Mr. Zupfer has been a part of this event for many years now. I met up with him to learn more about what it takes to make one of these fantastic sculptures.
For a lot of years I've incorporated my kids really since the time they were born. So from the time they were born, I've had my wife holding them in some different position when they were babies, and then now they're in a bunch of activities, so I just pick one of them kind of on a rotating basis, and they kind of remind me whose turn it is to be in the ice sculpture, and so I try and work them in a different one each year. What I'll do is, this is the size of the block of ice, and I'll trace this design out. I'll usually start by taking a picture, trace the design out, and then trace it onto the ice, and then just start cutting away. This was one that I found from a long time ago when I proposed to my wife. That's one of the few times I've carved outside of the carnival of myself on bended knee, and I stuck a rose in his hand, and then this was where there was a ring box. So that's just kind of to give you an idea of me getting proportions on the ice before I start cutting away, so that I can know what needs to go and what needs to stay. So it's pretty much, these chisels are my bread and butter for carving. This is a chipper, and then these are just wood chisels. Sometimes I'll use a saw to get things going. Once in a great while, like when I was doing the fish in the bowl, we had to heat the surfaces, and then it seems kind of odd to have an iron when you're carving ice, but it actually flattens the surface and allows you to fuse them together more easily. So that's just a few little tricks. I'm not too fancy though, kind of old school.
Signing off for Eagan AM, I'm Tom Clark.
Thanks, Tom. If you want to cheer Mr. Zupfer on, come down to Rice Park this Sunday.
Our robotics teams have been doing incredible this season.
4 of our own FTC teams are once again advancing to the state champion.
The Q is Silent, Sunburst Robotics, Fourth Dimension, and the Green Girls were all able to win their own regional tournaments.
Good luck to everyone later this month.
Now it's time for the Wildcat Report.
Take it away, Eric.
Our girls basketball team has been practicing hard. Last Friday, the girls came home and lost a tough one to Brownsville, 71-47. Lawrence Diamond was the leading scorer for the Cats with 11 points. Then they traveled to Apple Valley to face a very good Eagles team. And the girls fought hard but came up just short. Courtney Chaplansky led the Wildcats, scoring 10 points. They faced Lakeville North this Friday on the road, so try to get out there and support them. Boys basketball have been working hard. Last Friday, they traveled to Brownsville to take a good Brownsville team. The guys fought hard but came up just short, losing with a score of 72-64. Jalen James was the leading scorer for the Wildcats with 18 points, and Jake Van Wyk came in the second for the Cats with 13 points. Then came back home to take a very good Apple Valley team, but they came up short again, losing to the Eagles. Kaden Creben and Cam DeChance led the team, both scoring 7 points. The boys face Lakeville North this Friday at home. Girls hockey has been turning it up recently. They were able to beat Barnesville under the turf with a score of 4-2 thanks to a big 2-goal game from Abby Barger. They take on Pryor Lake this Saturday at 3. Wish them luck. The boys have been dominating the ice. They took Apple Valley to Texas last Thursday, winning with a score of 3-1. Goals were made by Jake Burke, Johnny Majors, William Randall. Last Saturday, they went to Rosemont to take the win with a score of 2-0. Goals by Tyler Burr, Kevin Johnson, and goalie Brandon Thompson had a 24th save shutout. The boys will be playing at Barnesville tonight. The boys continue to dominate as they face Apple Valley on Tuesday for a senior night. The Cats came out strong with a record-breaking swim in the 50 freestyle with senior captain Joseph Appleton, and were able to win their 41st consecutive dual meet with a score of 93-83. The Cats look for number 42 as they face Barnesville next Friday. The wrestling team has been working hard too. Last Thursday, they took Lakeville South and took home a victory with a score of 42-24. Then they went to the Triton Duel tournament and placed first. Senior Xavier Rosenblum went up against a wrestler that is 10th ranked in the state and took him down. Nice work Xavier. The boys are back home on the match tonight at 7 against the 7th ranked Pryor Lake team. Alpine iced out the competition last week. At the Backhill Invitational, Eagan boys came in 3rd and the girls in 4th. The team will compete next Tuesday for the conference championship. Don't let the cold scare you away. Support our skiers. In the world of Nordic skiing, there is a name to be feared, and that name is Patrick Acton. He's now ranked the 3rd best skier in the state. Our team participated in the South Suburban Conference meet last Tuesday with a conference win over Barnesville, with 4 Eagan racers placing in the top 10. They ski at Highland Skylake Park next Tuesday in their section meet, so make sure to wish them luck. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Eric.
That's all we have time for you this week, Eagan.
Have a wonderful day, Wildcats.
All of my kindness is taken for weakness. Now I'm falling.